Hello, here is a video request that I got today on my video. I like it when people give me video requests on my channel though and not my video because it makes it really hard to remember. But you know, you can leave them on my channel if I do them every day. So I guess it's not that big of a deal anymore, but when I get backed up, yeah, it's good to leave them on the channel. So anyways, this is what I think about my YouTube fans. A couple years ago, I did a video. It was a request video, what I think about my YouTube subscribers. So this is similar. So what do I think about my YouTube fans? My YouTube fans are just regular run-of-the-mill people, you know. They tend to be, you know, stoners, but not always. They tend to have my similar, you know, ideas about like aliens, a lot of them. But I think like my subscribers are a lot of like a very wide range, because I have, you know, 3,000 videos or something like that, and it's all on one channel, and it's a whole variety of videos. Like it's like if you were to have normal channels out of the videos I make, you could divide it up into like 5 different channels, you know, and it's all rolled into one, which causes this effect that there's a lot of, you know, people who love me and a lot of people who hate me, because, you know, if you do a wide range of videos, you know, there's just so many different kinds of people that, you know, you're bound to piss somebody off if you have lots of different, if you talk about a lot of different things and then that any person from walk of life would agree with or disagree with, and then it turns out that you have a certain, you know, you have a certain viewpoints on things that they can't avoid seeing because it's all on the same channel, you know. Like other people, they would have like a YouTube channel where they talk about stuff, but you don't know their real name, and you don't know what they do for a living, and you don't know what they do day to day, and you don't know anything about their family or where they're from or where they live or anything like that. They just have a YouTube channel where they talk about one certain thing, and so that causes them to be able to get lots of subscribers, and subscribers who like them and watch them and never develop a problem with them, because they never, you know, get out of that box and start talking about what they really believe about all sorts of other stuff. And so, but I end up having, it's a cool phenomenon. What happens with me is I end up having fans from all walks of life with all different viewpoints on stuff. For example, I have a fan. I'll call him a fan because he's commenting on my video all the time. See, when I say fan, it's people who are always commenting on my videos. So I know that they're watching like all my videos, like, oh, Kyle, another video, you know. So they like me, they watch me all the time, and they're my fan. That's what I'm going to call somebody as my fan. And also, you know, I would say a fan would be somebody who would like go so far as to make Facebook friends with me, you know. On my Facebook channel, I'm not really a Facebooker. Like I don't do anything on Facebook. It's not my thing. I have like 300 and something Facebook friends, and out of them, I don't think any of them I made friends with them. I think they all made friends with me. And out of that, like maybe like 50 of them I know in person, and out of that, like 20 had been my friends or whatever, and out of that, you know, I keep in touch with like none of them, you know. So, you know what I mean? So, all of my friends on Facebook are pretty much YouTube subscribers who I've never met. So yeah, I'd call them fans. Now, when I run through there, you know, whenever somebody becomes like a Facebook friend of mine, I'll click on their channel and I'll poke through a little bit, look at pictures. A lot of the time, my Facebook friends don't have a whole lot of pictures of themselves. You don't really, or don't even have any pictures of themselves at all. You know, like maybe like half of them, a whole bunch of them. And I probably have a couple of fake, you know, accounts on there. But they look like, you know, regular run-of-the-mill people, but I think they're middle class type people, middle to lower class people, as far as income. I don't mean low class, as in you're a scumbag. But just like regular, you know, and young people. I have a lot of young subscribers, and I think I have a wide range of ethnic groups as my subscribe. Actually, I'm supposed to say. I'm trying. This is about my fans, not my video, not my subscribers. But even the ones who make Facebook friends with me, there's a lot of black people who have made Facebook friends with me. So, yeah, so a lot of black fans and stuff, and young fans and whatever, and even some women have made friends, Facebook friends with me. There's one girl who's kind of writing me, a married lady, with kids and all that, who's writing me on YouTube on a regular basis, who I write back. And then on Facebook, there's Seamus writes me every once in a while. Like yesterday, he sent me this picture or this video to watch about, I guess, the whole Fukushima thing starting to get out of control and Pacific. I need to watch that today. I forgot. And so Seamus, he's the number one, I'm going to call him fan. He's always comment on my videos and, sending me PMs and stuff on Facebook. And then there's Tyne Sansom. I guess he was going to move to Fort Collins or something with his wife and kids. But he was doing YouTube videos for a while, but then he deleted all of them. I guess he was going through a weird period of time where he was kind of, didn't know if he wanted to be married or not or something like that. But, he has a bizarre life because he's like lived his entire life in America. Like he's basically an American, but technically he's not an American. He's a Canadian. It's weird. Cause he lives in like Buffalo or something, but, so like he can't vote or anything like that, but he's an American. It's bizarre. Anyways, but, and then, he's a cook. Seamus is a truck driver, but used to own a jewelry business, building it with his wife. And then, and then there's this dude named Tony, who doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he calls him every once in a while. And I guess he's a bike racer. He weighs he's like 5'3", 125 pounds, but he has really thick legs, so he's not a good climber. He's a good sprinter. Lives in LA. He's an immigrant from Vietnam. And he sends me texts every once in a while too. I forgot to answer his last text, like, "You're cool, Kyle, you're awesome," that kind of stuff. Every once in a while, somebody calls me. You can get my phone number off my Facebook or off my website. Every once in a while, somebody calls me. My phone number is 720-231-3046, by the way. But people call me every once in a while because I answer, and then they just hang up. I did Skype once with Time, but it was only for like a minute. And then there's this lady who I think writes me every once in a while, on Facebook, named Lynn. She's like 70 years old. I think she wants to like live in her van, but she just has problems. She has like physical problems or something. So she called me a couple weeks ago, but only talked for like 20 seconds. Oh, and then this other lady called me a couple weeks ago. It was funny because she's all talking to me, and she was like drunk off her ass, dude. And she's all like, all talking to me. And then some guy's like, "Hey, what are you talking to in there?" She had to hang up and then call me back. I was like, "Who's that?" "Is that your boyfriend?" What's her name? Maybe I shouldn't drop names. Should I not drop names? No, anyway, yeah, her name's Java. And then the older lady's name is Lynn. And then, let's see, who else? Oh, Holly. I talked to Holly a couple years ago for like an hour or something. It's another one of my YouTube fans, but she doesn't really comment on my videos anymore. As far as like people who comment on my videos all the time, people go through like periods where they comment like on every one of my videos, and then I don't hear from them for like a year. And then they'll comment back on my video, and I'll like remember them. So people go through like phases, I guess people are like, "Oh, Kyle," and they watch me all the time, and then they get like interested in somebody else, or they get off YouTube altogether, or they lose their internet connection or something like that. But it's kind of people who comment a lot, they come and go in phase. There's some of my most common commenters right now is this guy named Sean. He's this like dude who I don't think he has a job. I think he lives on like disability or something. He has a dog and has a scooter and rides a scooter around. And this guy, like, sounds like the kind of person who would not be, because he doesn't really have anything in common with me, like not be my friend in real life, but he's my fan. So that's interesting, you know. Somebody who's not like you. Like, he doesn't like black people. He's a hardcore Republican. He thinks I should, you know, drugs are bad and all that kind of stuff. But he's my fan. So also, the internet trolls. There's 3 guys making videos about me now. There used to be 2, but then yesterday I actually checked up on Buiko One's channel. I do that every couple of weeks, and it turned out he did another couple of videos about me. And there's some other guy who commented, he's like, oh, good idea, I'm going to do videos about him too. And there's this other kid who's like, I guess a fundamentalist Christian who hates drugs, and he's like, Kyle thinks he's so cool because he lives in an apartment. Big deal, everybody has an apartment. That was funny. I kind of consider those people fans. If somebody's obsessed with you, they're like your fan. And those guys, like Buiko One, he might end up becoming like an actual fan, like somebody who might turn around and like me. I think that can happen. Somebody who begins hating you, who first starts out hating you, and then they decide they don't hate you anymore. They like you if you manage to not get angry with them. The problem is, like, you know, people hold grudges, and if you hold a grudge, that can completely ruin it, and then they're not going to be your fan. But if you never get angry or whatever, you know, sometimes people can just turn around and become your fan. I remember like a year ago, somebody sent me a PM, and they're like, I used to like send really angry messages to you and give you a hard time, but I just wanted to write you, say that I'm sorry, I was wrong about you, and you're pretty cool. So, but yeah, so. Brad the Black Dragon. He's an English kid who likes to bike tour around and like drink. He did a video, he's all drunk. And he's actually a tribute video for me. And he wrote me actually a couple of days ago. And he's like, yeah, we should go bike touring together. And I was like, yeah, man, come by and we'll go for a ride. Oh, this other dude actually came and hung out with me twice. He hung out with me like when I first moved in here, and then he came back like a week ago and hung out with me because he was traveling around America in his van, living in his van, and then he met a girl who he knew before in Denver, and now they're get together and they're gonna like buy a van and live in the van together, work in a place for 3 months, move around, work in a place for 3 months. So I was like, oh wow, you guys should have a YouTube channel. I guess they're thinking about it. I'll totally watch their videos. Yeah, I don't really become fans of the fans who are fans of mine because none of them actually have videos. Like, none of my fans or none of the people who comment on my videos have their own videos. There's one person who we exchange comments. I comment on her video and she comments on my video. CJ. Jesus, almost forgot her name. CJ. Yeah, she back when like 4 years ago, I was commenting on a lot of like girls' videos, and none of them comment back, and she was like the one girl who actually commented back, and so I think she's the only actual person other than a news channel that I subscribe to. I haven't been commenting on her videos, but and she doesn't really comment on my videos that much, like once every year, every other year or whatever. But she used to actually give me PMs whenever she uploaded a new video, so I should start commenting on her videos again. She's this really nice, sweet, like English girl from India. But like I contacted her. It wasn't like she's my fan. So I don't think she thinks I'm cool. I don't know if she's my fan, but that's the only other person I can think of who actually has YouTube videos, who has commented on my channel. Or who has videos now, you know, like who didn't make one and then stopped doing them. I think it's really funny when I watch YouTube channels where people kind of model themselves after me, like the laid back style. There's this one dude who was living in his van. Back a couple years ago, I was inviting a lot of people to send me hard drives because I'd fill them up with audiobooks and send them back. And one guy actually took me up on it. One guy sent me a hard drive just to give it to me because he knew that I needed an extra one. And then some guy named Paul, and then that other dude, and I can't even remember his name, but he sent me a hard drive for me to fill it up and send back. And those guys actually sent me hard drives, and it arrived the same day at the same post office, and that's really interesting. Like because when people did videos about me, I remember a couple years ago, the first time anybody did a video about me was this Canadian high school kid who did a trash talking video about me because he thought I was a nerd because I paid too much for weed and because I or hash when I was in Seattle, and because I would do videos in the parking lot, and he thought that was creepy and weird and stuff, and he just wanted to make fun of me, and then he deleted the video. But that happened one day before Time did a video about me, and that was the first time anybody did a video about me. This happens like one day apart. And then, and also, as far as calling me, nobody called me other than Tony. And last time he called me was like 6-8 months ago or something like that, or a year ago or whatever. So nobody calls me. And then all of a sudden, Lynn calls me, and then like the next day, fucking Java calls me. It's weird, dude. Like, it happens in waves. But those are the only people I can think of who've actually talked to. Oh, wait, I did Skype once with this dude, with this black guy, who I think sent me. Didn't he send me? No, he didn't. But yeah, I don't even remember who he was. I don't even know if he's my subscriber anymore. But those are and that was just for a little bit, like 5 minutes or whatever. If anybody calls me, I'm always like, I always talk as long as they want. But when people call me, they usually don't really have that much to say, and they either don't say anything and hang up, or they just talk for like a minute. Oh, and a lot of people want me to call them. They're like, they send me their number and they're like, call me, especially the women. Like Java and Lynn were trying to get me to call them for a long time, and I was like, I mean, you can call me. And then they finally did, but guys do that too. Like I think it was Seamus sent me his phone number a couple days ago. He was like, call me. I don't know. That's not really my style. I don't like calling people, but people are welcome to call me, as long as not too many people do it and waste my time. You know what I mean? But if you're like a public figure, which I am, I think it's good to be as accessible as you can to your fans, and and as soon as they start taking up too much of your time, then that's when you want to start saying, okay, stop calling me. But I don't know. I'm not really at that point yet. People are pretty respectful of your space, and your time and everything. But yeah, they just tends to be just middle class people from all walks of life. I don't have any fans who are YouTubers like me, and I don't have any the female like fans, I guess, subscribers or whatever that I get tend to be like over 50 years old. I'm a like 85% male viewership, which has been pretty much consistent since the very beginning of YouTube. And as far as age brackets, it's the biggest age bracket is 45 to 55, followed by 35 to 45, followed by I think 25 to 35. And per capita, America is the biggest subscribership to me, followed by Canada, and I think Australia is up there. And Norway. A lot of Norwegians decided they liked me because I did a video about what I think about Norway, and I said good things about Norway. So then that video got like over 100,000 hits, and I got a bunch of views from Norway, demographics says. But Australians, I've got some subscribers from Australia too, so and that's my video. What I think about Australia was the one that really pissed him off, because I wasn't in a really good mood when I did that video. I was like tired and grumpy or whatever. But that's just kind of like, I guess it's a little bit fans and subscribers. But a lot of them tend to be also are young. I mean, the demographics doesn't say that, but I mean, my subscribers aren't that young, but the fans are young, like people who would make Facebook friends with me. And I think I do have some, I actually haven't looked at the demographics for a while. This is just from the last time I saw it. But yeah, I think I like that, because it means that I'll be able to get bigger, more popular as time goes on, because those young people are going to grow up, and I've got that kind of fresh, original vibe, which young people like. So that's cool to know that I'll be able to become a bigger YouTube star than I am now, because it makes more money. I make about $300 a month, so I make about $10 a day off YouTube and my website, like Google all together. Only my website makes me about 10 cents a day, so it's all from YouTube. I mean, not 10 cents, like 1 cent, 1 to 2 cents a day. Yeah, so let's see if there's anybody else I can do a shout out to. Shout out. And if I miss you or whatever, you think you consider yourself, one of my like more frequent commenters, you want me to shout out. Sorry if I miss you. It wasn't my intention. Who else do I have like frequent commenters who or would be somebody who I would not be friends with in real life, or who I don't have anything in common with, other than Sean? Let's see here. Can't think of anybody right now. But yeah, all of my fans are people who, a lot of Canadians, actually. There's somebody named Basket of Apples who's Canadian who thinks I was awesome. Christian's Little Helper. And those guys don't comment on anymore, but they used to. But I know they're fans. They are Canadian. Seamus is Canadian. A lot of Canadians. Okay, yeah, probably my number one like YouTube fan overall would be David, dude. Dave, from Germany. And dude, get this, like back when I was doing YouTube videos, talking about aliens and stuff, like back in 2008, 2009, oh shit, somebody's calling me. I'll have to finish this later. Okay, that wasn't my ex-wife, that was my fucking brother. For some reason I had it typed in as my ex-wife. She actually called me last week on accident. Talked to me for like a half hour, and then her son called me. He wants to come and visit because weed legalized here. I need to email them and text them and tell them to come over. It's cool. Anyways, I was talking about David. Yeah, David. So back in like the beginning of 2010, I had like 150, 200 subscribers or something like that, and I was talking about aliens and stuff, and he was basically this commenter who was like always giving me compliments. He was like one of the first like fans, who was like, "You're awesome, cool, yeah, I love it," and he was commenting like all my videos, and I was like, "Okay, this is a fan, right on." And anyways, so then like I go bike touring in Europe, and it turns out that he lives right on the Rhine, so I naturally just rode right by his house, and so yeah, we hung out with him for a couple of days and smoking weed, and he lives with his parents and in some town that's like 5,000 years old or something, like the oldest town in Germany, but it's a tiny little town on the side of a hill. But yeah, he comments every once in a while, consistently, like once every couple of months or something. Anyways, those are all the names that I can remember right now, even though there's probably more. Shout out, give it shout outs. Oh yeah, but there's this other dude who, oh man, I was talking about him before, but then I got sidetracked and I dumped him. Yeah, so the guy who sent me the hard drive. So this guy sends me a hard drive, and I filled it up and I send it back to him. And then he started living in his van because he wanted to do the thing where he, I guess, listened to the audiobooks while he's living in the van. And doing the same thing what I do, like working out at the gym and showering at the gyms and stuff. And he was doing vlogs exactly like how I was, like leaning back in his van, like, yeah, so today I fucking got up or whatever, went to the gym and shit, and it was kind of funny. But then he deleted all of his videos. I think Buika One and John Doe like model themselves after me, because they have that thing where they're vlogging everywhere and in their car and doing when they're drunk and doing when they're angry and like, don't comb their hair and that stuff, and just even eating and smacking while I do videos. And so, but I can't think of any other people who've kind of modeled themselves after me in the laid back genre or way of doing it. A couple of guys have done it, but it's hard to remember them because they do video once and then they like delete it or something. Yeah. So, Yeah, so in the future, what would be the development of my fan base in the future? What is my prediction? My prediction of fan base in future is, well, you know what? I think there's a possibility, and forgive me if I'm sounding like not like narcissistic or big-headed or anything, but there's a possibility that, and like way in the future, like say 50 years in the future, if I'm like, and I've been busting my ass the whole time, like figuring out politics and all that kind of stuff, maybe I could be, like my fans could just be regular normal people. Like maybe I could become a mainstream, like celebrity, just based on the fact that, I have a wide ranging channel, like with my channel, you can't escape. You can't escape knowing everything about me because all the videos upload. When you look at it, you see the title and then you watch it. And so you can't like be my fan even though you don't agree with me on political and religious issues because you're going to know my religious and political issues. And then that's going to like, that could like, piss you off and then you unsubscribe and stuff. But in the future, that could be an advantage, like a long time in the future, because in the future, people might be more trusting of the person they know more about, rather than be more trusting of the person who's more famous. Because like Arnold Schwarzenegger becomes governor because everybody knows who he is. Jesse Ventura becomes governor because everybody knows who he is from the wrestling and stuff. Like celebrities getting into politics just because people know him, but yet people don't know anything about him because they don't vlog. Like and share everything they know about everything or whatever. So maybe in the future I could become a celebrity just because I'm the only person who just says everything I think about everything and just uploads so many videos just on on the sheer volume, not counting, not even considering quality or intelligence or any of that other stuff, just from the sheer volume. And then they might be like, well, there's a good fit for politics because we already know what he's all about. So I don't know. That's a possibility like a long time in the future. Although, it's definitely also a possibility that I'll never get past 10,000 subscribers because, because people just never aren't going to become open-minded enough to be able to subscribe to somebody because they like a certain kind of video they do, but they don't want to watch the other kind of video they do. I've been kind of struggling to with like if I want to break up my channel into lots of different channels because it could end up making me more money because I would get more subscribers and more video views overall in the network because people wouldn't be unsubscribed to me all the time because they subscribe to me for some certain little genre I do within, and then they see I have other videos, and that just like fills up their subscriber bar or whatever, or aggravates them or something. But I don't like the idea that what I like the idea better of is that people could just subscribe to certain playlists within your channel. I mean, that's not so hard to engineer. And it wouldn't surprise me if they finally do engineer something, get along that far to engineer that, and then boom, there you go. You can just subscribe to one of my playlists. Because I like the idea of people. I like the see now here I am just talking about my YouTube channel. I like the idea of sharing all bits of you because people are supposed to be, in my mind, people are supposed to be interested in everything. And so why would you just subscribe to certain topics of discussion of people? Why would you should just subscribe to the one person who does everything, who happens to be a person who you like to watch, Like if I like people who I subscribe to, I like hearing them talk about other stuff too, But then, and if I know that I don't like him hearing to talk about that certain thing, I just don't watch those videos, when I see that they're uploaded. But it's cool to see that they're uploading them, because you get a bigger, more well-rounded view. Maybe I should turn this video into what I think about my fans and who I'm a fan of, because people, maybe I could turn this and roll this into a 2 request into 1, because a couple months ago, somebody asked on one of my videos, who do I consider to be YouTube peers of mine? Like, who do I compare myself to and on YouTube? And fucking battery's about to die. Like, who am I a fan of? I watch. I can't plug that one in. It has the other kind of charger. I'll just talk until the battery dies. Or I'll just talk a little bit longer. I like the Young Turks. I'm a super hardcore fan of the Young Turks. That's the only channel I watch, literally. It's the only channel. I watch, like, all their videos. I love Cenk. Cenk is, like, my best friend. Even though he's a complete idiot on religion. And he's way too politically correct. Way more than I would be. Like, he thinks that the Union Jack, or what's that thing? The Dukes of Hazzard car, that flag from the South. You shouldn't use it all because it means slavery, You can change the meaning of it. I love Anna Kasparian. I think she's fucking brilliant and really cool. I love all those guys on the Young Turks. I love them. And I love hearing them. And I love how they get snippets of these politicians being stupid, and they actually show you, and you see them, You get to actually see the people saying it. It's like, oh my God, it just brings a lot more weight when you see it in person. Like, I just saw a video where Ted Cruz's dad is a pastor, and it showed him out in front, like, yeah, we need to send Obama back to Kenya. And I was like, oh my God, he really is crazy. I saw it myself, that kind of stuff. I love them. See, I have so many different videos that I could compare myself to lots of different people. So, as far as let me just run through all the different genres that I have on my channel. So then I have, like, the travel videos. I don't know anybody who does other travel videos. I know Brad the Black Dragon, my friend, or my fan, he has bike tour videos, but it's just pictures, It's not like filming and him talking and stuff. So I've like watched one of his videos, but I haven't watched, multiple ones. And I couldn't tell any other traveler. And then there's the workout videos. The closest thing that I can think of as workout videos would be the CrossFit people. Although they have a little bit different style than I do. Like, I just do, like, how many reps you can do, and they do, like, how fast can you do the reps. But I want to do CrossFit videos, definitely. So I compare myself to them, but no particular CrossFit person, because none of those CrossFit people, like, have a wide range of videos. They just kind of upload, like, 5 videos of their best performances that they train tons of for, so they can show how strong they are or whatever. But nobody uploads, like, a ton of videos, even if, uploading just to show their record, even if the record's not that impressive, Like, my record, I think my current record for knee push-ups is 20 on YouTube, because every time I do it, I'm, like, already burnt out. So anyways, that's the closest I can. Now, as far as, like, talking about aliens, there was some kid named Brad, but I've not changed any channels, like the same channel that Bashar channels. I've seen a couple of his videos, but I can't remember what his new channel is. Who else? I can't think of anybody else who talks about aliens. Okay, now, but spiritual stuff, I think that's kind of another genre I do, just like philosophy. There's this chick who popped up recently who has like 50,000 subscribers and only been doing videos for like a year. And she's like young, she's like 28, and she has these like really like deep looking eyes, like captivating eyes. She's really smart, and she's really professional. The way that she puts across her personality and explaining things. And yeah, I kind of, that's the most similar thing. Because everything she says I agree with. So it's like we say the same thing. So I kind of compare myself to her. But I can't remember her name. I think I've seen like one of her videos all the way through, but I don't watch any of her videos anymore. And I'm not like subscribed to her or anything. God, what is her name? What is that chick's name? Hold on. I'm sorry. If I remember it, I'll put it in the description box. Let's see, who else? What's another genre of videos I do? Travel. Interviews. Okay, well that's about it. Yeah, I'm not that much of a YouTuber in terms of watching people. I just watch the Young Turks for my news. But I would be more of a YouTuber watching normal people like me if they would fucking comment on my comments. It aggravates me to no end if and I just remembered CJ asked me a question. I never answered her. It aggravates me to no end when I ask somebody a question on the fucking YouTube and they don't answer me. Like if I ask you a question and you don't answer me, I'm not going to watch any of your videos again. You know, that's how I am. I don't like, it's like I don't like getting rejected. I'm kind of like a once bitten, twice shy kind of a guy. That's like one reason I don't date women a lot, or I don't date women at all. Oh shit, the battery's about to fucking die. Anyways, okay, that's the video. Okay, peace out.